Kathy asks, I tried using the 5-spin strategy, but no profit. Bad time? If it was your first time testing it at your casino, then maybe because only 1 in 4 casinos use it. But if you've used it successfully at that casino, then yes. While casinos with it can't turn it off, they can certainly turn the returns down. So that makes my 5-spin method a tool to assess your casino. When you know that your casino offers taste, regularly use it with minimum bets to determine if your casino has chosen to schedule higher odds on that day at that time. Steve asks, is it possible to get the 5-spin method to work on multi-denomination machines on each one? Interesting question. Of the latest video multi-denomination machines, maybe. On the older physical real multi-denomination machines, I doubt it. What I found is combining my 5-spin method with other strategies helps improve return. So I spend some time coming back a week later to play that machine then, rather than playing it again immediately. If you visit a 1 in 4 casino where the 5-spin method works, check and I'll do the same. And let me know. Ben asks, I recently played high-limit slots at Belterra Park and couldn't get the 5-spin method to work. Does this mean they no longer have the 5-spin method? My 5-spin method has 2 steps. First, do you get tastes, a win of any amount within the first 5 bets on more than half the machines you tested? Second, and this is an important step, did you make a profit? I was there recently and got tastes on 19 out of 20 machines, but I didn't make a profit, although I nearly broke even. My $100 test bankroll ended up at $91, which wasn't nothing. Was that your experience? I suspect so. Remember, it's a 2-step process. Magpie asks, on the 5-spin method, do you test 20 machines in certain areas of the casino? For the 5-spin strategy alone, plain and simple, no. Any machine is fine for newbies. But as I know you know, slots enthusiasts that learn the 5-spin method will start combining it with others of my strategies. Not just other strategies, but tips, tricks, best practices, and sometimes even the kitchen sink. An advanced user of the 5-spin method knows it's both a casino and slot machine assessment tool. Further, super advanced users know they can use it to evaluate a carousel or row of machines in a certain part of the casino. Just remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Use it well. Linda asks, what is the tip percentage to slot attendants for hand pays? I don't use a tip percentage because exact change is troublesome and I want to get back to winning. With hand pays, I use $20 for each slot attendant. If I only have hundreds, the slot attendant will give me 20s for a $100 bill. And the look of surprise on their faces when I hand back one of those 20s is delightful. And don't forget the second slot attendant as verifier. I give them another $20. I tip $20 each for any hand pay under $10,000. If over $10,000, I give the slot attendant $100. But the verifier for hand pays over $10,000 is usually a floor manager who can't accept tips for themselves. But sometimes they'll take it to add to the slot attendant break room tip jar. Jill asks, a win on your 5-spin method is more than your bet, right? No. My 5-spin method is a 2-step process. First, use it on 20 machines and see if half of them give you a taste, which is any win whatsoever, including less than what you bet. But the test is to see if half or more machines give a taste. The second step doesn't require any further betting, but this is where you check to see if your return was profitable or at least breaking even, depending on your slot's goal of making money or wanting to earn comp points. If you don't get tastes on half the machines, maybe check my 5-spin method in 6 months, a year, or when the casino operator changes. If you do get tastes, you have a bunch of options to tweak your approach to improve your return.
Meow asks, do you think on the 5-spin method it is better to cash out only if it's above your bet versus any amount? No, it's any amount at all. Whatever comes back to you within the first 5 spins, that's it. If it comes back on the first bet, stop and change machines without making the remaining bets. I know it's hard to walk away, but this is a hidden and so valuable component of my 5-spin method. It's a money management technique. 2 of them, loss limits and preserving gains. I just didn't call them that and hid that you're using them, but they are important parts of this approach.
Mark asks, do you have much success with using minimum bets with the 5-spin method, getting good wins, then go to maximum bet to win a jackpot? Slots enthusiasts new to my 5-spin method simply use it as I've described, but it doesn't take long for them to start doing what you've done, using it to cheaply evaluate a slot machine, and when a winning machine is found, switching over to bigger bets on that machine, or keep going from machine to machine, but start making bigger bets, or when super successful at getting tastes, heading to the high limit room. The 5-spin method is just the beginning. It's an evaluation tool, both of slot machines and your casino, for advanced users, which it doesn't take long for us to start becoming. Enjoy your slots journey. Tinta Black says, does the 5-spin method work in high limit as well as regular slots? If the 5-spin method works at your casino, then it works on all slot machines in that casino, from high limits to the general casino floor. That's the first step of the test procedure, to play minimum bets on 20 machines to see if half or more of them give you anything at all. If you play 10 machines and you win nothing whatsoever, including less than your bet, then stop and don't continue. But if half of the 20 provides some amount, then that's good. If 75% do, that's great. And if 90% do, well, that's excellent. The second step of the test procedure is, if taste exists, then when does the casino provide a profitable return? Linda asks, I have not graduated to high limit. Does the 5-spin method work on non-high limit? Yes, if a casino gives out taste, and about 1 in 4 casinos do, then all slot machines in that casino give out taste, whether slot machines are in high limit or out on the casino floor. Oh, and bands have determined that all the casinos on the Las Vegas Strip give out taste. But the trick there is that returns vary from losing money to breaking even to making a profit, depending on the time of day and the day of the week. Just an FYI. Shah asks, do you believe your 5-spin method applies to video poker? It can when video poker machines are operated as slot machines. Nevada's gaming regulation 14.040.5 prevents that for video poker machines in Nevada, but I've yet to find that very clear gaming regulation anywhere else in the U.S. And without it, slot machine manufacturers have no desire to make a video poker machine more expensive by applying such a gaming regulation. So yes, outside of Nevada, video poker machines are slot machines and can use the 5-spin method, and it can be applied to them if the casino offers tastes on all its other slot machines. Chuck asks, on the 5-spin method, would you go through all denominations or just pick one and move on? I'd advise sticking with a budget. Pick your denomination based on your bankroll to determine the length of time you'd prefer to play. For instance, a $300 bankroll and a 100 denomination machine will likely be over very quick unless you've got a hit within the first 3 bets. But 45-cent bets on a 9-credit nickel machine is a minimum of over 600 bets. And that sounds like a lot more fun and opportunities to win over hours. But if you have a $3,000 bankroll, then a lot more possibilities open up. But I'd always recommend testing your casino first with the 5-spin method with minimum bets on low-limit slot machines. Then increase bets only if it works and you can afford doing so. Julie asks, when you play your 5-spin method, do you stop after a little taste or make all 5 spins and then cash out? I stop when I win any amount, including less than what I bet. The nature of a taste is a one-time occurrence. There are no second tastes. If you stay and there's a second win, it's not a taste. It's possibly a slot machine with better odds of winning. And there are cheaper and more effective ways to find candidate-winning machines. It's for advanced users of my 5-spin method, which doesn't take long for newbies to figure out. Here's how. Play 20 machines with my 5-spin method. Did any of these machines give a particularly big return? If so, pause the 5-spin method and play that machine a bit longer to find out. How? Well, I like using my tough love approach. Cindy asks, how do you know what machine to play from 4 to 6 a.m.? Just play whatever machine you usually play. If your casino does this, and if it's a morning when they need to do it, the jackpot will find you. That's the simple answer. The more complicated answer involves optimizing the strategy. Slot machines have a top jackpot, which isn't a progressive jackpot. If you try the strategy and it works at your casino, your choice in slot machine could limit how much you could possibly win, how much they can give you if you're making minimum bets on a penny machine. So ease into this strategy. Start with your usual bets on your usual machines. If you see a whole lot of success, consider letting them give you bigger jackpots by playing machines where bigger jackpots are possible. I hope this helps.
Dan asks, have you ever played at Belterra, Hollywood, or Rising Star casinos in Indiana? Does the 5-spin method work at them? I've been to Belterra Casino Resort, but not since I won a car at its sister property in Ohio, Belterra Park. And I wrote up a review for Hollywood Lawrenceburg when I visited there after the pandemic. Here's a link to that article. And I've been to Rising Star, but I'm sorry to say this, I was not impressed. Maybe it's improved. I've tried my 5-spin method at Hollywood Lawrenceburg, as I reported on, and got tastes on 16 out of 20 machines, but the return was terrible. So yes, they do have my 5-spin method, but Sundays at noon was not a good time to use it. But I did find my location approach works great. You'll best use that at Hollywood Lawrenceburg.
BC asks, does Red Mile and Derby City in Kentucky have the 5-spin method? The 5-spin method is a robust approach to gaming machines. Even at the 4 out of 5 casinos outside of Kentucky, it doesn't give tastes at. It's still a slot machine and casino assessment tool. And on top of all that, it has built-in loss limit and preserving gain bankroll management techniques. If you're a newbie, use the 5-spin method everywhere to make your bankroll last longer. If you're an advanced user, which takes all of a hot minute to become, then use it as an assessment tool to play many machines a little as you search for winning machines in Kentucky. Oh, and I've been to Red Mile and Derby City and had my best success playing highly visible machines.
Linda asks, is it less possible to win high limit with the 5-spin method or more common to win with more spins? That's an interesting question with hidden depths. By when do you mean make a profit? Because the more spins you make, the more you'll spend. Yes, you can make a hand pay eventually, but will it be profitable? The great thing about the 5-spin method is that it's an assessment tool to inexpensively find a candidate-winning slot machine. Play all high-limit machines with minimum bets using the 5-spin method to find candidates on which to play longer. How much longer? Well, consider using my tough love approach to evaluate that candidate-winning machine. That's what I do on low-limit machines out on the main floor as well as in the high-limit room. Jerry asks, my local casino had the 5-spin method but suddenly stopped. Did they find out more people were exploiting the strategy? You should check to see if it just suddenly stopped or if it was only dialed down. Getting rid of the 5-spin method software on a casino's central server is very expensive, but turning it down so you win less than you bet is not. Improve your slots performance in 30 days or less with my 30 days to play slots smarter and win. You'll also get 3 free valuable bonuses plus 1 month free membership to my Slots IQ group, where you'll get community support and accountability. Visit professorslots.com/30 days to learn more about the free bonuses, course content, and testimonials from participants.
After over a dozen visits within 3 months at a pari-mutuel racetrack with slot machines outside of Cincinnati, Ohio, I found a clear pattern to winning I'd not seen before. I watched someone else use it, then used it myself. With this pattern in hand, I decided to play each slot machine for up to 5 spins. If I won anything at all, I'd immediately stop playing and move to the next slot machine. That first win is called a taste, where the strategy is essentially about collecting those tastes from machine after machine. There are several consequences to this 5-spin method, which takes advantage of how 1 in 4 casinos have set themselves up. First, it's inexpensive and doesn't require much bankroll to be successful. When I play slots personally, I like to play high-limit slot machines, usually with a bankroll of a couple $1,000s. But now, suddenly, all I needed was a much smaller bankroll, say maybe $500, to use this strategy within the high-limit slots room at casinos where the strategy worked. So that's what I did. But why do casinos set up their casinos to offer tastes? The better we understand why they do this, the better we can optimize this strategy. With this strategy, we're taking advantage of the casino giving a player a quick taste on a machine they're just started playing. If the player wins anything at all, casinos think the player will continue to play using that initial win plus the bankroll they brought with them. Put another way, casinos want us to stay, spend that initial win, and proceed to empty our pockets into the machine. My 5-pull strategy says do the opposite of what the casino is hoping for. Instead of staying and spending the taste and more, move on immediately to another slot machine and collect that taste. On machine after machine, collect those tastes. My 5-spin method takes advantage of a common casino business practice used by about 1 in 4 casinos. For casinos to be fair from a legal perspective, casinos which give out tastes must do so on all their slot machines. This is very helpful for us as we can use it to test if our casino gives out tastes before, say, making big bets in its high-limit slot room. Test if your casino gives out tastes by heading out to the main casino floor. Find 20 slot machines with the smallest minimum bets you can find. The majority will be penny slots, which can be expensive to play even at minimum bet. Running this test out on the main casino floor still risks your bankroll, as the 5-spin method only works at 1 in 4 casinos. Those odds haven't changed, but the minimum bankroll needed is less outside of the high limit room. Here's the test procedure. Put your chosen bankroll into a machine. Make 5 minimum bets, but stop if you win anything at all. This is the 5-spin method. Do this on 10 different slot machines, but keep track of how many machines gave you a taste. If you win anything on any of those 10 machines, continue until you've tested 20 different machines. While doing this, keep track of how many of those 20 machines gave you a taste before you moved on. Our first evaluation was to see how many machines gave out a taste. Our second evaluation is to determine our win percent. Now we come to our third evaluation. Is the 5-spin method worth doing at your casino? And you might initially think a 100% return is terrible, but not if your gambling goal is to earn points in your players club or play longer for greater entertainment, where you love the idea of being able to endlessly cycle your bankroll. Frankly, it's your decision if you're doing well enough, and that depends on your gambling goal. What do you do if your return from using my 5-spin strategy isn't as great as you'd like? And is it ever? While you're thinking about what's good enough, how much you'd have to win to be satisfied, I'll give you something else to think about which can help you improve your results. Repeat strategy 1, but this time only place slot machines located on the end of a row. That's it. That's the modification. And that's how you can improve your results from casinos where the 5-spin method works, but the tastes they provide aren't as profitable as you'd like.